a special TV edition of One Man's Movies where I'm looking at Disney's latest Marvel TV spin-off series, Wandavision. The reason I'm featuring this as a movie buff is because this is not some casual TV spin-off. It actually launches Phase 4 of Marvel's cinematic universe and comes complete with the normal gang-busting Michael Giacchino Marvel titles at the beginning. One of the last WTF moments of the WTF year that was 2020 was seeing the trailer for the new Disney series Wandavision. Vision and Scarlett Witch together in a 50s style suburban sitcom. My reaction? Yes, it's completely bonkers. Now stop that now. Wandavision sees newlyweds Vision, played by Bettany, and Wanda, played by Elizabeth Olsen, arriving in the sleepy suburban town of Westview. Their natural superpowers make light of everyday living, but not everything is quite right here. Neither of them can seem to remember exactly how it was they got there, and then progressively stranger things start to happen. Here's a clip.
What do you see?
Only your lovely rose bushes.
That's all? Are you using your night vision?
I assure you, my love, I see nothing amiss. You have absolutely no reason to be... No!
You were saying?
So far we've only seen the first 2 episodes of this series, but I'm intrigued to see how it develops. There are clear throwbacks here to the dodgy black and white sitcoms of my childhood in the 60s. For example, in the first episode, Vision enters the house, sees a sofa in the living room and walks straight through it. This is a direct reference to the opening of the Dick Van Dyke Show. I watch this every single week just to see Dick walk into his house and pratfall over the sofa. These were simpler times. And I was always bitterly disappointed in later series when he spotted the sofa and did a dodge around it. The opening of the second episode similarly riffs on the opening titles of Bewitched, which is probably the closest match in terms of a sitcom to the action shown here. Elizabeth Olsen fits in beautifully to the laid-back comic action. I'm rather less enamoured with Bettany, who I don't think is quite a natural enough comedian to be able to pull this off. Amongst all the black and white shtick are scattered some nice Marvel Easter eggs, especially in the adverts. For example, in the first episode, the toaster is produced by Stark Industries, and in the second episode, the Strucker watch is clearly relating to Baron Wolfgang von Strucker from the Age of Ultron movie. The dial even has a tiny little Hydra logo embedded in it. My issue here is in understanding where the mainstream audience for this show is going to come from. My guess would be that the prime audience will be over 55s who can remember and appreciate the gentler humour that these black and white 60s sitcoms evoke. However, this is hardly Marvel's mainstream audience. I would have thought that I would be in a minority, 10% or even 5% of over 55s who've actually seen and enjoyed all of the films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Similarly, the younger fan base, although they will pick up on all of the Marvel gags, will find the comedy far too slow, crass and tedious for their swipe-up TikTok tastes. And I fear they will struggle to make it through the first episode to get through to the, I thought, much better second episode. For in that second episode we have Wanda finding a brightly coloured object in her rose bushes, we have a transistor radio that is chanting a message repeatedly to Wanda, and we have truly eerie beekeeper emerging from a manhole cover in the street at night. My understanding of the Marvel comics is that Wanda eventually goes mad, so is all of this in Wanda's head? Or is it real and Wanda and Vision are somehow being controlled by some higher power, possibly Hydra? Who knows? One of the good things about this series is that it is, at least at present, so completely innocuous that I was going to recommend it to my 6-year-old grandson to watch. He's a Marvel fan, but he's not old enough yet to be able to see the movies. The only slight innuendo so far is a lame joke about mastication, which I think would certainly go over young kids' heads. So I'm intrigued enough to give this series another few episodes to see how it develops. But if it doesn't develop, I'll be turning it off and watching the far better movie Pleasantville, on which this series draws quite extensively. My Bob the Movie Man rating for Wandavision is a big fat question mark. I just think it's just too early to tell. I'm Bob the Movie Man, and you've been watching One Man's Movies. Please like and comment on the video. I love to hear your comments on films. And don't forget to subscribe. You can subscribe either here, down below on this video link, or you can go to bobthemovieman.com and subscribe there. Thanks very much. See you next time.